I am back with some more tips for the parents of exam-going children. So today's tips are about setting the routine or regulating the routine in the house such that it becomes easier for your child to perform well in the exams. Is there a connection? Yes, there is, and it's an important connection. So here we go. So the tip number one is that you need to wake your child up starting now and going on to the exam at a time every day in the morning such that your child has time to get dressed, have breakfast, and leave in a leisurely manner for school. So this is crucial actually, because stress, anxiety, shouting, screaming, not finding things, being in a rush on exam mornings can really affect exam performance. So it's important that children learn to get up at the right time. Why I say learn is because most of them must be out of practice because either they're on study leave or they haven't gone to school at all because of the pandemic for several months maybe, and so they've forgotten that how to get up on time and get dressed on time and leave in a leisurely manner. So you can regulate that by helping your child wake up at a certain time in the morning. That will enable them to go to school in a leisurely manner, the school or the exam center, whereas the case may be. Tip number two is serve breakfast on time. What does on time mean? The time at which your child needs to have breakfast in order to leave for the exam without any rush. So because children have been at home for so long, they've started eating breakfast later and later in the day. So I know that many children eat breakfast by 11 one day, 12 one day. There is absolutely no routine. But children need to eat breakfast before they go for the exam so that their brains are full of glucose and functioning at top in their top performance mode. So to ensure that, you need to ensure that they eat breakfast. But it's not so easy to eat breakfast. So when children are stressed and anxious on exam days, naturally they're not going to be hungry for breakfast in the morning. And if they're not used to eating breakfast in the morning, then they will not be hungry at all. In fact, they'll feel like throwing up. So begin this practice of eating breakfast at a certain time in the day. That will enable them to leave for the exam after eating breakfast at a certain time. Right now, so that your child gets enough practice, the gastrointestinal tract, or the gut as we may call it, gets enough practice and is ready with its enzymes to receive the food when it comes down. Now, coming to tip number three. Tip number three is the most important tip, okay? So tip number three is that you need to encourage your child to solve an old question paper from a previous year or a sample paper during the time when they will actually be taking the exam, right? So if the exam is going to be between 11 and 12:30, encourage your child to sit down and write a sample paper within that time. Let them complete the whole exam within that time like they would in the exam. This will ensure that your brain slowly learns that this is the time at which I need to be most focused and alert. And with practice, your child's brain will, on the exam day, function in top form during that time. Okay? Coming to tip number four, it's a corollary of this. So even if your child is really sleepy during the day, tell them that do not sleep during the exam time. So if the exam is between 11 and 12:30, tell your child never to sleep during that time, only to sleep after 1 p.m. even if they're really sleepy during the day. To ensure that they don't feel sleepy during the day, it is of course important for them to sleep in the night. So tip 5 is stop overnighters from now on. Let children sleep at a time such that they can get 8 hours of sleep before the time when they need to get up. So these are my 5 tips for parents of children who are taking exams. Do follow these tips and I'm sure your child will do really well in the exams. Good luck.